Happy day children. This is part 3 video of class 6 science biology chapter 7 getting to know plants. In the previous video we have studied herbs, shrubs, creepers, climbers, parts of leaf, types of venation, root, types of roots, stem. Next we will see flower. Flowers help the plant in reproduction. So we can say it's a reproductive part of a flowering plant. So the flowers are colorful, seed-bearing parts of a plant that grows at the end of the stem. The only function of a flower serves as the reproduction. So we can see the different parts of a flower have different functions. The green sepals, you can see the green sepals protect the bud. The petals, these are the colorful, are brightly colored and scented to attract insects for pollination. Next we can see the stamen. In the stamen, that is the male part of the flower. In that you have two types, anther and the filament. So these two called stamen. So pollen grains are present in the top of the stamen called the anther. So the pollen grains are present in anther. Next, the female part of the flower is called pistil or carpel. That is consisting of stigma, style, ovary. So all the three parts together we call it as pistil or carpel. So the swollen base we call it as ovary. The short upper part is called style, and above it is the stigma. So the inside the ovary only ovules is present. Next we will see study in detail about the So the petals. You can see the petals are brightly colored and broad parts of the flower. And these petals of the flower, what we call it as corolla. And the sepal is the green leaf-like structure that encloses the petals, and it is responsible for protecting the flower. Next is, you can see the stamen. So the long slender part of the flower that become visible removing the petals and sepals of a flower. The stamen consisting of an anther and a filament. So the head of the stamen we call it as anther, and the long cream colored stick like that we call it as filament. So this is the male part of the flower, male reproductive part of the flower. Next is pistil or carpel. We'll see pistil or carpel. So this is the innermost part of the flower. So typically consisting of a stigma, style, ovary. The head of the pistil we call it as stigma. A style, which is the longer part which attaches the stigma to the ovary. So ovary, you can see this is small and the swollen at the base of the pistil or carpel. So this pistil or carpel we call it as female reproductive part of flower. So the ovary, inside that you can see when you cut longitudinal or a transfer, you can see some bead-like structure that we call it as ovules. So pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma. So after pollination, the ovaries develops to change into a fruit and the ovules change into seeds. The types of pollination we will study in detail in higher classes. So next we will see some important definitions like seed. Seed is an enclosed dormant embryo of a plant. They are found in fruits and when sown give rise to a new plant. The stomata is present in leaf. These are the small microscopic pores present on the leaf which exchange of gases and transpiration takes place. Next, annuals. So these are the plants like it can be life cycle. The plant will live for only 1 year and then die. They are usually herbs. Example like wheat, maize. So biennials, life cycle in 2 seasons. They are like carrots, radish. And perennials, these are plants like guava and palm, continue their life cycle for more than 2 seasons. So then aerial roots, these are roots of plants and trees that grow above the ground. You can see in trees, banyan trees and all, the roots we can see at the top. So these are the different definitions. When you go for higher classes, you will study in detail about this. Thank you, children.